So Paul Ryan has emerged from the shadows to take some shots at Trump. Kind of surprising. So this is in the New York Post. Paul Ryan says Trump will not be the 2024 nominee. Paul Ryan said he does not believe former President Donald Trump would be the GOP's 2024 nominee for president. The one-time Republican House Speaker, who has had an acrimonious relationship with Trump, offered a blistering assessment Thursday during an interview with Teneo, a DC consulting shop, where he serves as a vice chairman. Quote, "We all know he will lose, or let me put it this way. We all know he's much more likely to lose the White House than anybody else running for president or on our side of the aisle. So why would we want to go with that?" Ryan said. "He's going to try to intimidate people out of the race as long as he can," Ryan continued. "Whether he runs or not, I don't really know if it matters. He's not going to be the nominee, I don't think." Okay. So, just fix this. Okay, we're good. So, as I started reading it, I was like, yeah, he's probably right. Too many investigations into him. Normies are gone. Moderates are gone. Independents are gone. He ain't going to win. But then I saw him say he's not going to be the nominee? You lost me. So in other words, yes, for a general election, I think it's very unlikely he could win. There's just too much smoke. Normies go where there's smoke, I think there's fire. Kind of crazy. Keep him away. But in terms of the Republican primary, oh yeah, it is still the most likely scenario that he wins. It is. Unless, one of these cases comes through, he has to get jail time or some shit, and then you have DeSantis wins, right? It is still the most likely scenario that Trump wins the primary. And the numbers really are not even that close in terms of the Republican base. So what this tells me is Paul Ryan, even though he's no longer in Washington, D.C., he's no longer a politician in D.C., he still got insider brain. He still has establishment brain. And he's super disconnected from the Republican base, which at one time looked at him as their darling. They no longer look at him like that. And he's just out of touch. He's out of lockstep. I don't know where he would get this from, that Trump can't even win the nomination. Again, he might not, but as of right now, it is the most likely scenario he'll win the nomination and then lose the general. That is the most likely scenario. Okay. So they continue here and say, Ryan said there was a general fear among potential challengers, with nobody looking to be first to jump into a contest with Trump. But for many prospective candidates, 2024 is do or die, he added. Quote, "There's a handful of people that are going to run because it's the only cycle they can run in. They can't wait until 2028, he said. They've got to go now, if they're ever going to go. And they don't want to die without ever trying." See, I don't know who he's referring to there, because when he says, like, oh, this is the only cycle they can't wait, I feel like, are you saying that some people are too old and they won't be able to run in 2028? Or are you saying that they think this is their window? But it's clearly not their window, because Trump still is dominating the base. So I'm curious who he had in mind when he said that. Like, what are you thinking of somebody like fucking Mike Pompeo? Are you thinking of like Nikki Haley? Because again, if Paul Ryan is so naive as to think that one of those people can beat Trump, it's like, dude, what are you on? Holy shit. Are you just unfamiliar with what's happening in the country right now? Have you been living in a fucking cave? Trump has repeatedly dropped hints about his intention to seek the 2024 nomination. His former top advisor, Kellyanne Conway, reportedly said he would like to announce by Thanksgiving. Okay. So, by the way, there's another video that's going viral right now of, it's Roger Stone, I guess in a moment where he was pissed at Trump, saying, like, if Trump runs again, he's going to get his fucking brains beat in if he runs for president again. It's interesting. It's interesting what people on the right say publicly versus what they say privately. Their real beliefs are fascinating to me, because they're all just, the politicians are just lying in public endlessly, so it's hard to tell what they really believe. But look, again, I'll say it again. I think it's very simple. As it stands right now, Trump is most likely to win the Republican nomination, and then he's much more likely to lose the general against whoever. Because, well, I wouldn't say whoever. I mean, he'd be like Kamala, right? But against Biden, he would probably lose again. Because there's too much smoke, and Americans are not going to, somebody who's under that many investigations, that many question marks. I mean, the investigations into Hillary hurt Hillary. This is like quadruple the number of investigations that were into Hillary, and it hurts him. It definitely hurts him. So that's the most likely scenario, but I do think he's sort of delusional if he truly believes, like, oh, he's not even going to win the nomination. He might not, but it's the most likely scenario he does. So, but we'll see. Can DeSantis keep his surge going? And who else can potentially be in the running? We'll find all that out soon enough. If you want to see me and Crystal Ball interview legends like Noam Chomsky, Cornel West, and more, subscribe to Crystal Kyle and Friends on Substack. $5 a month gets you the video version a day early. Remember, we take 0 ad dollars for this podcast. Or you can sign up on Substack for free and get the audio version a day later. Link in the video description box below.